Peace, family, peace, 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 peace. Okay, so I know some of you guys probably was like, let's make some fish. I thought you said, okay, no, we gonna make some banana blossoms, okay, and these banana blossoms, okay, I had made them in the past, okay, and they look just like fish, the texture of them and everything. So I was really, really intrigued. So on Instagram, right, I have a page on Instagram, but I'm barely ever on there. And in fact, a lot of times I delete my Instagram page, I delete my Facebook page, and then also TikTok. And then whenever I feel like I need to post something, then I come back, put the apps back on my phone. But I was watching a video, okay. All right, and so these is pretty much how the banana blossoms look. Okay, don't knock them until you try them. Okay, all right, hold on now. Okay, wait 1 second. 1 second, honey. Okay, so these banana blossoms, honey, they done went bad. Okay, all right. It says 2022, and I'm trying to see if I could still use them. 1 second. Because I would prefer to use these as opposed to the can, even though these done supposedly expired. Let's see. Let me see if what my intuition is telling me. All right, I'm still gonna use them. All right, honey, you do what works for you. Okay. So I was watching, and to some of you guys that's probably like, why is the banana blossom brown? Okay, now they was brown when I first brought them, okay. Alright, we're going to do about 2 of these. I had an aha moment as I was in the kitchen, right? I was watching Surviving Vegan, right? The couple that's on Instagram. I don't know if they on YouTube too. I mean on Facebook too, probably. But they started talking about, like, once you start transitioning, right? And how you manifest whatever you desire, right? And as I'm in the kitchen, honey, I started thinking, during the times that I manifested, like the cars and the money and stuff, I was plant-based. And so, like, as I had that aha moment, I was like, oh my goodness, right? What really got me going with this is, 1 second, family. 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna use some vegan ranch. Okay, I believe I got this from Whole Foods, but it's so. What really got me started back on this was I told you guys listening to Kevin Tredan. Okay, I was a part of this self perfected group, right? And they sent me, the guy Jew, he had sent me a video, right? A playlist of Kevin Tredan. And in this playlist, okay, Kevin Tredan was part of, you know, the secret societies or whatever it is. I'm not going to get too much into depth with it. But he starts going on and on talking about, you know, how every day we are being affected, right? We being affected through the food, through the chemicals in the water, like everything is, you know. And when I heard that video, well, listen to the audio of it, I was just like, I was really like blown away by it, because I mean I heard it before, but it just seemed like on my journey where I am right now, it's like everything so to speak coming together. Because I told you guys a few months ago, right, that I had said I wanted 3 things, right? And those 3 things: happiness, peace, and money, right? And oftentimes when you put your desires out into this here universe, you know, you don't know how it's going to be fulfilled. You don't know how it's going to be manifested. You don't know. You just taking a leap out on faith. You just putting an order in. And when you put the order in, right, you just believe. That's really the whole concept. You just believe. All right, so now I'm using a chickpea flour. Honey, some of this stuff I had. I brought some of this stuff. I ain't gonna tell you when, okay? But you do what works for you, okay? But let me see. Okay. So I was listening to Kevin Tredan, and I just was like blown away by the video that he did. So right here, I'm gonna use some Slap Your Mama, because the only ingredients in here is, let me see, where is it? Oh, salt, red pepper, black pepper, and garlic. Okay, so we're gonna use this. So as I was, honey, I may be jumping from thing to thing, okay? So as I was listening to Surviving Vegan, right, the couple that's on Instagram, one of the things that the wife had said was, she was like, a lot of what we eat, it goes back to, you know, our childhood, right? Like some of the foods, like, and I had heard Dr. Lily Africa. First of all, hold on. This book right here, this book is a great book. So this book, you see this? It tells you what's wrong with you. Also, he has a picture in here, like is this the picture? A hand chart, okay? And in this hand chart, it tells you where every organ is located, okay? He also have another book where is a picture of your face. Well, it's a picture of a face. And it tells you, like, if you have bumps on your face, like, what's that, what organ is probably affected. If you have bumps over here on your forehead. One second, because I wrote some of this stuff down. One second. Okay, so I'm always like taking notes and stuff, right? So this thing is like pretty much like a face reading, right? I had drew this and I was listening to Surviving Vegans, and one of the things they said was like if you have on your forehead, that's the colon, right? On your lips, that is the sexual, like if you have anything around your lips or any hair growing, you know, or whatever it is on your chin or anything like that, that's sexual, like the sex organs, right? Something is wrong with it. And then on your cheeks is your lungs, right? And then the side of your mouth is the kidneys. It's just so, when I listen to some of this stuff, it's just like so fascinating because, you know, one of the things I remember Dr. Lily Africa had said, he said back in ancient times, like the kids, they would know all this stuff when they was probably, when they got up to, I think it was like 12 years old or probably younger than that. Okay, so right here I'm using Galactic Sea Salt. Then we're going to use some garlic. Honey, we on this journey together, okay? Family, we on this damn journey together. You hear what I'm saying? Okay, let me see. Now that I got that, okay, now we are going to use, where's their other seeds there? All right, so we're going to use some kelp. Kelp is, honey, do your research on kelp, okay? Do your research on this, okay? Ooh, okay, so we're going to pour a little bit of kelp on there. And kelp has like a fish taste, like seafood. Then we're going to use nori fakaki, okay? All right, now we're going to take our chickpea flour. Okay, I'm kind of hungry, okay, because the only thing I ate today was two containers of blueberries. Okay, so I'm like okay, all right, so this is had a banana blossoms look, okay. So this is pretty much how it looks. it's funny, right? I told my oldest daughter last month, I'm like, listen, we transitioning. Like we not eat. I'm not putting the meat back in here. Like I do have still meat in here in the freezer. And so I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm not buying no more meat this month. Like, that's it. So yesterday, she had came in the house and she goes, I noticed she kept going through the cabinets, like keep on closing them, open them. And I'm like, Jada, what you looking for? Right? She's like, I'm looking for like something to eat. I said, it is something to eat. Go in the fridge. And she's seen, I guess, like the fruits and stuff. She like, mm-mm. But I don't know what she gonna do because I don't know what she gonna. Well, I guess she gonna get on board. I guess that's what she gonna have to do. All right, so this is the next piece of our fish. Okay, I can hear somebody now. That ain't no goddamn fish. I can hear it now. Ooh. Alright, so why this? Alright, why this doing it? Alright. So why did let me turn this fire up. Okay, so while the fire is heating up, while the pot is heating up, I'm gonna make a salad. when you start, one of the things that I noticed, like, you know, when I first, when I was eating healthy, right? It's like you become excited over like simple stuff, right? Like it's like you become more grateful, like more gratitude, like you start appreciating things like salads. I remember my ex, when he had ordered, I forgot, Thrive. So I had ordered some stuff off of Thrive. So Thrive, they sell, you know, organic food. They sell vegan options. It's pretty much a supermarket that's online, right? And I was so excited when he had ordered, like, paid for the box and stuff like that. I was like so excited that, you know, and it was tomatoes. Like tomato, I was getting tomatoes and stuff like that, but I was like so excited over stuff that, you know, sometimes we tend to take for granted, or, you know, we like, oh, it's just this or it's just that. Everything is all interconnected, right? Like on your journey, you know, sometimes we want to get to the end part, right? Like we like, I want to hurry up and get there, because when I get there, I'm gonna be so happy, or I'm gonna be ecstatic, or I'm gonna be whatever it is. And in all actuality, if you're not that now, chances are when you get there, you're not gonna be there. Because if you don't know how to make yourself, it's funny, I was having a conversation with my oldest son today, and I was telling him, you know, how everything is interconnected, how everything, you know, it goes with one another. And we was talking about food and stuff, and the topic came up about money, and he was like, yeah, but, you know, is people that's, you know, that's not plant-based or whatever it is, and they have a lot of money, and they real happy about life. And one of the things that I said to him was like, all our journeys are different, right? But money is not to make you happy. Money is a tool. That's what it is. Is a tool. And if you're not happy now without the money, when you get the money, chances are you're going to go right back. Because one of the things I said to him, why do you think some billionaires have killed themselves? That's what I told him. So the whole concept is, you know, we have this idea like, well, I'm going to be happier once, you know, I reach here, or I get there, or whatever it is. Happiness is a choice. And I'm scared, like, you know, because I did this journey before. You get what I'm saying? But what really gets me is, what really gets me is when I had put that out into the universe, stating like, you know, I want happiness, I want peace and money, right? In that order. And, you know, it's just like you just really having faith, and you're like, all right. You know, I believe, and asking for guidance, because I definitely ask for guidance, like, every day. I'm asking the universe, like, guidance, give me clarity. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of times we think that we on this journey of life. We think that we are here by ourselves and we got to do everything by ourselves. And it's not true. Oh, it smells so good. Let's go back in. All right, so this is our fish. Okay, now at the bottom, of course, you can see the blossom, but this is it. Okay, 1 second. Let me get a picture together. And honey, that second blossom, that one, it ain't adhered to the flower so well. So I guess maybe because it's expired. It's expired. Okay, so I'm gonna do is take some. Okay, so this is pretty much the plate. Okay. All right, we have our salad with the tomatoes, the purple onions, and this mixture, this salad blend. And then our cherry blossom. All right, family, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys rocking out, believing in yourself. Make sure you are educating yourself. That's like one of the biggest things, because You know, a lot of times we like, no, you know, what I'm doing, this is, you know, what I've been programmed to believe, this is what it is. And although it's a part of us that we know, you know, like we know is not working, right? So this week, when I go to Whole Foods, I'm going to get some more of these because these don't went bad. But they taste good to me. You want to know what's so funny on my journey, right? What I noticed is going back, right? And I know I had heard Tabitha Brown say that she said the same thing. She said about God basically peeling back, like he was working on her and peeling back the layers, you know, to get to the real her, right? What's so funny is that, and I say universe, right? Every time like I would do videos, right? And you guys watch the videos and stuff like that. But it all started from me, like first me getting a download, right? Me getting a download. And after I get the download, they get people out the matrix, right? And sometimes I like try to hurry up and skip over that, like, because that was my download. And sometimes I'm like, well, people may be like, no, that ain't true, right? All these ideas, right? And so what happened was I didn't know, you know, what to do the videos on. But what I did the videos on was what I was living, right? Like what I was doing. I was, you know, plant-based. That's something that I was doing off camera. It wasn't, you know, and then later on, then I had that piece of, well, we ain't talking about that. But, okay, so I was doing that off camera already. In fact, that's what made me do the videos. Because it was so good. Because what happened was, when I started eating different, I started seeing past the illusions. Like, I started seeing things for, like, what they were, so to speak. And when I say, Like I heard when before I had my just becoming aware, right? I would hear B.O.B. talk about, like the illusions and stuff, and rapper B.O.B. And I would be like, the illusion. So I thought like something, like, how you see movies and you'd be like, oh, well, I'm going to see numbers and I'm going to see, like, it's going to be like, you be thinking like a movie type, right? And when I say illusions, I started seeing that we've been so programmed based upon money, 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 and get the money and, chase the money and all these different things. And then I also started seeing, because at this time I'm not, wearing makeup or anything like that. And I started seeing like, oh, wow. And it's funny because I said this before. I remember one time, well, several times, that I used to go to Sephora, right? When I went to Sephora, I would, buy like all this makeup, right? And at times I used to be like, I can't leave the house, I gotta look, people say snatch to the gods. I don't even think that was out yet, but I was like, I can't leave the house. Like, I gotta, put my face on, like, put my face on. Just listen to that. Like, your face is off. But I was like, I gotta put the makeup on. I gotta, look all dolled up. But I still felt incomplete. I still felt I wasn't good enough. I still felt those emotions. And once I went, like, changed the way I was eating, certain things, like, I started walking with, confidence, like, because it's almost like you start unlocking power within yourself, right? And the way you see, and it's funny because I was listening to Dick Gregory yesterday, and he was like, once you put, like, the universe chooses people, and once you put the glasses on, you can't take them back off, right? And I'm thinking about that now, like, I did this again and whatever it is, because it's something that always keeps pulling me back, like, towards this direction for us health or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's just something that always pulls me back. And so, once I start doing the work, I start seeing like, oh shoot, like everything is based upon is basically an illusion. Everything that you done been programmed to believe up until, this point, and especially if you're not doing no work or you're not re-educating yourself, unlearning to relearn, then you want to start seeing like your life is going to keep on going in a certain direction. And it's like Source is trying to get your attention. Like every time Source is trying to get your attention, trying to get your attention. And you just like, no, I'm going to do it this way. And then you faced with so much resistance, right? Like, it's like, damn, I'm doing it this way, but it's like your way, it's like a goddamn puzzle, but the pieces, they just Like you keep on, say for instance, you brought a puzzle, right? You done brought this puzzle, and in the box it says it's 100 pieces. And you're like, okay, cool. Then you see, you put all the puzzle pieces together, right? Like 98 puzzle pieces you put together. And then there's 2 pieces that you keep on trying to force. And that's the whole concept of the metaphor of you keep on trying to force this way to work. And it's just not working. Like, it's just not fitting. And you're like, wow. Why it's not fitting? Or then you get frustrated. And then you go to supplements. You go to, you go to these stimulants, right? To stimulate yourself, right? To make you feel good, to release the dopamine and the serotonin. And like you doing these things and you like, well, because this not working, let me go to the stimulant, right? And the stimulant could be coffee, it could be sweets, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be whatever. And you doing it, shopping, and you doing all these different things, and you like, well, I just wanted to work, right? But it's still not working. The puzzle pieces, they're not fitting. And you don't understand it. You don't get the concept, like, wow, why it's not working? Why it's not working? And I remember in my room, and this is why I say, listen, you got to listen to yourself. Right? Like you got intuition and you got all these things that is going to guide you. But, and I don't even want to say like if you don't eat clean, because my intuition or certain synchronicities, you guys know I believe in synchronicities, right? You got certain synchronicities. Synchronicities is numbers, okay? Or, you could have an idea, right? And then you turn on the TV and then a person is saying the same exact thing, what you thought you was thinking. You like, oh shoot. Like for instance, my sister, right? I was on the phone with her earlier and, I had did a detox before with grapefruits and oranges, and it was a bunch of other, fruits and stuff like that. Shout out to Rashida. She's on Instagram. And I did her detox program. And I remember, and the reason how I got into that detox program is it's like, the universe just be like showing up, like guiding me, like go there, right? So I was listening to, and shout out to Crystal Alkaline Doula. I was listening to Crystal Alkaline Doula. My sister put me on her. And I started listening to her. And basically, she talks about alkaline. She talks about food. She's a herbalist. And, you could go on her page, right? And I was listening to her. And then it was like, she brought up Dick Gregory. Now, I had heard Queen Effie, I think her name is, talk about Dick Gregory too, and talk about the detox, right? And how she started detox. And that's what made me get that book by Dick Gregory, Eating with Mother Nature. And so I said, damn, something, the universe really be speaking. At times you just not listening, right? To what the messages that the universe is trying to convey. And so I got the book. And I did the detox, right? And what was so crazy about that was because today I was listening to Surviving Vegans, right? And one of the things Queen Effie said, she said that, she read Dick Gregory. No, I think she went on like a retreat or something like that. And I don't know if she had like asthma or something, but she went on this retreat and they was only eating oranges and grapefruits or something. And the first day, like all the mucus and everything, it started like doing a purge, right? Like she's mucus coming from her eyes, from, whatever. And so I was like, oh wow, I was very intrigued. And then so today I'm talking to my sister, right? And I'm listening to Surviving Vegans, the husband and the wife, they saying like, they did a detox. Like I think for 3 days they had they got Queen Effie book or whatever, and she talked about like the detox. Dick Gregory, what Dick Gregory said, like the grapefruits and the oranges. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I calls my sister. I'm on my way to the park because I just came from the park. So I'm on my way to the park, and I'm on the phone with my sister. I'm like, let's do a detox, right? Like with some grapefruits and oranges. And so, she's like a little hesitant. She like, oh, honey, you gotta give me some time or whatever it is like that. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna do the detox, right? Like, I'm gonna go to the store. She like, cause I gotta go to the store. And I'm like, I'm walking to the store, right? And she's like, all right, you gotta give me some time, whatever. Long story short, I go to the park. Now, I tell you guys, in the beginning of this video, I said, I do not keep my Instagram, my social media apps on my phone majority of the time. With Instagram, I take it off like right away. Something about it. Like I just hurry up and take it off. And so I'm downloading Instagram back and to follow Surviving Vegans, right? And so I'm on there, and the first thing that pops up is called a tummy tuck, right? And they vegan. So it says tummy tuck. And I'm like, I'm trying to see if I'm on the right page or not, right? Because I'm like, they got a certain amount of subscribers. Maybe, this is their backup page. I don't know. So the next minute I see, when you go to the description or the what they type, I see tummy tucks detox, grapefruit detox. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? I'm like, what the hell? And when they put that up there, because I know, they probably just put that. No, they put that up there last year, I believe. No, I think it was 2021. That's what I mean about synchronicities. How the universe just starts speaking to you, right? And you're not gonna, like, some people you're gonna be excited to tell, right? But they're not gonna be as excited because maybe they not getting those, or they getting them, right? The synchronicities and, the numbers, the 444, 1111, whatever, all these different numbers, they get in it, but they're not paying attention to it. I was listening to G. Bryant the other day, and one of the things he said was, I tell you guys, energy, right? Like everything is energy. And even having sex with one of your exes, right? Lesson, honey, the lessons. You may look at it like, well, it's just sex. It's just sex from them. That's not how it is. Everything is energy. So they depressed and you sleep with them, we have all heard soul ties, right? When you sleep with people and stuff like that, you carry around that energy, all those different things. That's true. Okay. And speaking from my experience, right, I can say, like, when I would, I feel like, ooh, should I say this? Should I put? But I want to be very transparent with you guys. When I would sleep with my youngest children's father, right, like after we broke up, I would feel different. Like, I don't, it was like a feeling. I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. When I used to walk the bridge, right? And I remember it was a time or two that I slept with him. And I started feeling like this fear. And I didn't know, like, like what it was, because I was eating healthy, but I started feeling, a certain type of way. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't even know. I did a video and I said, I started having these thoughts, like, and I didn't understand it. So, at times when you messing with people, you may look at it like, well, we just, this is just, casual or whatever it is like that. It's deeper than that. It's not just like, whatever that person got going on, right? Like, if you are enthusiastic, that's why they say, like, your environment, it plays a significant role in your life, because you could be like outgoing, enthusiastic, just excited, blissful, happy, just joyful. You just can't wait to wake up in the morning. And then, you may get into a relationship and next minute, like, you lose the drive, right? Like, maybe, you working, you building up your confidence, you building, which I say, like, confidence is like something that you continuously do. It's not like a one-time thing. Like, it's like, from what I see is, from me doing challenges, the more confident I become. From me doing research, the more confident I become. From my successes, from some of the things I do, the more confident I become, right? But it's like an ongoing thing. It's not like, oh, well, I'm going to do it just this one time and then. No, it's like an ongoing thing. And, so you could be working on yourself and then you get in and I know, because it was guys that I got into relationships with and they was going to the gym, right? And they was fit. And that's why I say they self-esteem, they had to be working on themselves, because and their self-esteem had to still be low, because like attracts like. And so when I got in a relationship with them, right, if you like a strong-headed person and you working out and stuff like that, bettering your life, evolving, and then somebody could just come and be like, why are you going to the gym? Like, don't go. Maybe it'll start off first, like, little, because that's what I would do. Like, why are you going to the gym today? Don't go today. Spend time with me, right? Because I felt like, if they was to leave out of my space, right, then they may be messing with somebody else, or if we wasn't spending the time together. So I definitely was a person that had to be like up under somebody, like in a relationship. Like, we had to be together, like, because I had
I didn't trust myself. I'm not going to say, oh, I didn't trust myself, because the red flags definitely was there, but I didn't listen to them, or I would try to cover them because I didn't want to deal with the fact that, maybe this dude is doing this and then I got to start back over from square one. I thought being lonely or being by myself was the most scariest thing. Right? And so you start, as you start doing the work on yourself, you start seeing that some of the things, you start seeing like, oh, I did this because of this. I did this because of that. And you start being able to connect the dots. Why you do some of the things you do, right? Why you show up the way you show up, right? And when you eat in, it's like everything just start coming to you. And then you get like, you had these distractions, right? And then it's for you to start looking back at your life and start saying, well, is a red flag, right? Start looking back at your life like, oh, well, do that make sense? Or should I stay on my journey? Or is that a distraction? It's for you to start using discernment and for you to start becoming aware of, some of the things that you tend to do. So with that being said, I know I was talking when when you start eating, the energy just be flowing, going. But I love you guys. I know I done said I'll catch you guys later. I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. Peace.